Whoa, slow down. Hey guys, Randy here, and welcome aboard the Seabee Traveler channel. Well, thanks for coming along. Got a long weekend planned. We're going to go up to Seligman. There's the Route 66 Fun Run 2025 is happening, and that's tomorrow. So, there's a police officer sitting on the side of the road back there. But we're gonna go through Prescott, and it's in the afternoon. I decided to get out of town on the afternoon and then stay the night here somewhere. And then tomorrow, I think we're gonna head up to Seligman for the fun run, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm gonna go down through Yarnell and take a stop at the Hotshots Memorial as you're heading down into the valley from there. I've never been to that. My original plan was to go from Seligman down to Kingman for the next stop of the fun run, but it's gonna be really windy, so I didn't really want to do that. I did that last year, but this year I'm just gonna take a little bit different route home. Yeah, that Yarnell, I've been up and down that hill a couple of times, but not since they've had that memorial. All right, well, our first stop of this fun and exciting weekend is going to be at Watson Lake, which is about 10 minutes from downtown Prescott. There is a campground there, and I'm going to see if they have any spots there. I've never camped there before. This will be about the second or third time I've been here, I think. You can kind of see over on the right what makes this lake so unique, all these rock formations. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can camp here. If not, I'll have to scramble, find some place to stay. But I did want to stop here this evening. I'll try and see if there's going to be a nice sunset with these nice clouds, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of a break in them so that when the sun does set, we can get some nice, pretty orange clouds with the lake. Let's see here. Keep going right. Gotta love those roundabouts. All right, well, here is the entrance to the park. And, that campground straight ahead looks pretty full. Looks like there's something going on because they have spots blocked off. I'll have to look into that and see what's going on. But in any case, I'm just gonna get up to this kiosk and get paid so we can go check out the lake. Well, it's only $3 to get in. That's not bad. It's well worth it. This is a nice little park. Hey, look at all these people in the campground. There's even like vending. There's a do not enter. They have some little vending trailers back there. I see a lot of people with remote control cars. I must be having some sort of event or something. But all right, there's a nice playground for the kids. A huge grass area over here to our left. Lots of parking, and but where we're gonna go up to the boat ramp, and then we'll have to park close to it. I don't think there's a parking spot by the ramp. There might only be handicap down there if I remember right. But we'll go park and then try and get a good view of the lake for some sunset pictures. If you go straight ahead, there's that gazebo up there. You see there's some more parking and some more lake view areas up there. but I'm kind of anxious just to get up into. Maybe I'll try and go up to those rocks, not go down to the lake. I've never been up there. See, there's a lot of parking there. Now, if there's some parking to the left right there is probably where I'll end up coming back to. But maybe we'll get lucky, and if there's a spot down here. Wow, just look how gorgeous it is. I see people down here. There's no parking at. Well, let's see. There's a couple parking spots here, but it's handicapped. And there's also no parking signs. That might be a tough. Looks like they're going over to that trailhead. Wow, look at those rocks straight across that lake. Hardly any wind, good reflections. All right, let's go back up to the parking spot I know about, and then I'm ready to do a little bit of a hike, or at least a nice walk out into those rocks. Well, this is such a beautiful lake, and it's unique. I was wanting to get across over to there. Probably will have to go down to the. Oh no, wait! This is where I want to get someplace I haven't been. It actually feels good up here. It's about a 10-degree difference than it was Phoenix when I left it. Oh, there's some geese, yeah. There's a trail. I'm thinking tomorrow, this is just kind of a quick stop. For this evening, I wanted to see if we get a good sunset. This is cool. Look at this. Vein of quartz through this sandstone. That's neat looking, huh? You can see it's a little bit cloudy, so I don't know if there'll be a good sunset. But this is kind of close to the truck, so I want to come up here. I think this will be a neat spot. Wow, it goes way back there. Trying to get up to a good high vantage point. This might not be it. I don't think we can. I need to get to those rocks over there, or up in there. So that's what I'm going to try and do. The sun just came out too. All right. These are really easy to kind of walk around and hike on. I like how those two rocks over there are stacked on top of each other. I'm not sure the best way to get over there though. Looks like it's right there. Oh yeah, this is going to be a pretty view. Like I said before, oh wow. I've been here before, Trying to find a path through here. Whoa. Here we go. Kind of over the rocks. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, we're getting some good light over there on those boulders on that side. Oh, man. All right. I really like that little tree. Well, oh yeah, I can get down right here and scoot over to those. Just look how beautiful this lake is. Now the dam is over in that direction. And I'm thinking tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning, when I come back for sunrise, I'm thinking there's a trail over there that we'll take. I'll kind of show that to you. All right, well, took a little bit of a weird turn here. I gotta try and climb down this, so I'm gonna need both hands for that. So I'll see you when we get to those rocks. Well, we're just about there, but when I was climbing up these rocks, I noticed this really cool rock pattern. So it's a different rock that way millions of years ago, when this sandstone was formed, there was a rock they got in there. Wow. I might have to see if I can get a picture of that somehow. Can't waste too much time because the sun is really good right now. All right. Wow. Yes. This is nice. Lots of little gnats flying around. You can see the parking lot. That's where we took a little bit of a loop around. I think this would be about as far. It'd be nice to get over to that next rock, but you can see when you're looking straight ahead like this, the rocks just don't look as nice. But when you get over here and you start to get that sun at more of a 45-degree angle to where you are, it gives you a lot more depth with those shadows. And the same thing over by the dam. So this is probably where I'm gonna have to see if I can get a picture in that direction over there. Well, you can really hear the geese out there. Unfortunately, I was gonna stay at the campground, but it looks like there's some sort of RC event going on, and all the camping spots were taken. But the trail we'll take in the morning is, it's hard to kind of see from here, but it goes along the base of these rocks, and it kind of follows the water for a little bit, and then it goes up into those hills and rocks. You can go all the way pretty close to the dam. The only problem is the sun comes up from that direction, so you won't get as much good light like this over there. You know what I might do is we can go up, if you can kind of hard to see, but there's a gazebo on the top of that hill. If you go past that a little bit, you can get some more views over there. It's a lot flatter, easier to walk. I can drive most of the way there, but you can kind of see there's the truck. And try and block that sun, but that's what I have to get back to. So I think I'm gonna just look at these rock formations. This is so cool. Such a nice park, such a nice lake. But anyways, I think I'm gonna try and get over to that other area before the sun gets too low. All right, let's go. You can see, got the bike out. All right. Let's get over to that other spot. You can kind of see I gotta hurry. All right, well, I missed the light probably. There might be, oh yeah, there might be a second light, but we'll see. I'm not the only one looking for a good picture. Oh. Wow, what a pretty view. There's a nice park bench right here. Reflections, there's no wind, so reflections are really nice. Looks like a good spot right over here. Getting really dark, but you can kind of see some more of them working their way down those rocks. All right, it is really dark, and I got some good info on a place to camp tonight. But what they said, I need to leave, probably leave now before it gets too dark, and I might have a little bit of light left. So I'm gonna go do that. And yep, we'll see you in the morning. All right, well, good morning. I found a spot to camp, and yet once again, it was kind of dark when I got here. I'm on Thumb Butte Road, and when I was at the lake yesterday afternoon, some nice people mentioned to me to come up here, might get a good camping spot. And that's the road leading up the hill to Thumb Butte up there. And then I do recommend though, if you're gonna come up here, and this is heading back down towards Prescott, but I do recommend that you come up here with light, because some of these campsites aren't so close to the road like this. I noticed last night when I was looking around farther up the road that some of the sites, there's a little road that goes down into the woods a little bit, and each time I tried going down there, there would be somebody down there camping, so I had to turn around, come back out to the road. So if you have time to get here when there's light, That's your best bet. I actually had some company last night. There was tents set up over where that fire ring is there. And sometime during the night they packed up and left. I didn't even hear them. But that truck's pretty quiet inside that camper shell. It is cold too. It's probably 40 degrees right now. Well, I didn't know that. There's a little somebody stays down here. I didn't know that either. Look at that. Some stuff. And there's a saw over there too. Huh. That's a little bit scary. See what I mean? You can't come in at night, you don't notice these things. But there's a little creek down there. And I noticed the farther up the road you go, it's a lot nicer. So anyways, you saw my coffee was brewing. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that. And then I think we're gonna head into town. Dispersed campsite. Forest Service. All right, well, let me get some stuff packed up, get my coffee, and see if we can't head back into that lake. All right, well, this gives you a pretty good idea of the road. It's not horribly bad. It's a little slow going. You kind of have to ditch some of these little potholes. And there's some pretty decent sized rocks that are embedded in the road too. Now, we're heading towards Prescott, but the farther up the hill you go, it's a little bit worse, actually. So it's not so bad at all with the truck. If you're coming up in a car, you're just gonna have to go a little bit slower. Like a little rough, a little rough like this, but hey, with a view like this, you can't complain too much, can you? And once we get to the lake, I'm hoping there won't be any wind so we can get some really good reflections on that water. Unfortunately, there's no clouds to help, but yeah, we still have, it's still early in the morning. So usually with that, there's not much wind, and temperatures are really good. Like I said before, it was pretty cold last night, but it's gonna feel good walking along that lake once we get moving. Warm up just a little bit. Probably won't even need my sweatshirt. Dodge some of these holes. As you're heading into the forest, you can go pretty far back there. I didn't get to it, but there's a sunset viewpoint. That'd be kind of cool to get up to. Looks like you can have a good view of the valley. All right, well, we're off the dirt road now. It's going to be smooth sailing down to the park in the lake.
Got my boots on the gas, a map in my hand. Seabee travelers ready, we're gonna see this great land. chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees, from starlit skies to campfires aglow. Life's an open highway where we're bound to go. Oh, the canyon winds whisper and the mountains call, through valleys and deserts we've seen it all. Every mile's a story, every turn's a surprise. Epic views ahead under these endless skies. Rolling with the traveler, free as the breeze, chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees, from starlit skies to campfires aglow. Life's an open highway where we're bound to go. We'll stay in a place where the camping is free. Wake to the dawn, hear the freedom ring. With every star that lights our way, the road keeps calling, it's where we'll stay. Star goes down, fading in the desert dust. Every cracked in creek told a tale of rust. We keep rolling through the world so wide. The Seabee traveler spirit is our lifelong guide. Rolling with the traveler, free as the breeze, chasing those sunsets through the rustling trees, from starlit skies to campfires aglow. Life's an open highway where we're bound to go. Yeah, yeah. We'll stay in a place where the camping is free. Wake to the dawn, hear the freedom ring. With every star that lights our way, the road keeps calling, it's where we'll stay.
All right, well, it was only about a half an hour from where I camped to the park, and it was really, really pretty drive. This time we're going to go straight ahead through this roundabout, and that'll take us right into the park. Kind of excited to see what it looks like early in the morning like this. Last night, before the sun went down, you could see those people with the remote controlled cars. It's like an RC rock crawler event. So there's just a lot of people doing what they like to do, and this is a really good place for that kind of remote controlled car. I mean, you saw them playing on the smaller rocks. And it looked like they were having a good time. As I was leaving, they had, like I said, some vending trucks, people selling, it looked like some burritos, hamburgers, hot dogs. It looked like a really good time. But it was for the event only. Camping was for event only. That's all right. We had a good spot to camp. It was nice and quiet. Yeah, this is going to be pretty. Now we're going to be walking right along the shoreline for a little bit, and then we're going to get up into some rocks, and we'll elevate a little bit so we can get above the lake. Yeah, see if we'll take another drive down by the ramp, see what's happening down there. I did see a spot that it looked like there was parking that wasn't handicapped. But I just want to double check that. Let's see. I just see these signs that say no parking. I see the handicapped, and it says no parking. So I don't know. I don't know why those cars were parked there last night. Maybe just temporarily there while they had their loading up their boat or something. But anyways, that's the trailhead there. I'm going to get back up to where we parked yesterday, and yeah, this is going to be fun. This is a fun, one of the prettiest hikes I think I've been on. All right, well, I didn't see anybody down here yet. It's the only downside to this parking here is you got a little bit of a walk. Unless you have a handicap placard, then you can park down here. All right, so this is the trailhead. Let's come over here, take a look at the storyboard. Wow, look at this view sitting under this park bench. That's a view and a half. Wow, look at that. See if you can see it. That goose way up there on top of that rock. I've never seen anything like that. That's pretty neat. There are trails all over the place. You can walk out to those rocks over there. You can walk in trails over on this side. You can walk around this lake quite a bit. Oh, we got some friends here. I think I'm gonna feed them, I guess. Watson Willow Ecosystems Important Bird Area. As you enjoy these lakes, notice the birds who live on or near the water. Many birds nest secretively near shore. Yeah, they're not afraid at all. Hey, buddy. All right, let's take a look at this little map they have here. So this gives you a little bit of an idea how many trails on the other side of the lake. Just so many trails. The Watson Dam Trail. Lots and lots of trails. All right, let's go for a little stroll.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.
have to concentrate on where I was walking back there. It was a little bit rocky. I like that tree. There's a little tree up against that rock. Oh, and look at that little bitty, the little bitty tree right there growing. See if I can't make my way down there. See that little tree starting to grow in those rocks. Man, how do they do that? How do they do that? All right, let's see. Oh. All right, well, that wasn't so bad, was it? Oh, wow. Little wood deck, I didn't remember this. Oh, this is pretty. That's kind of pretty right there. I wanted to get over closer to the shoreline. Look at that view. It's just amazing to me, all these big, huge rock formations. And this lake just makes that beautiful.
I met a girl there in the bright side of a dream. Sweet Arizona, sweet as I had ever seen. Listening to Rolling Stones and rolling in the deep. La la la, la la la, la la la.
Watson Lake Trail. And now we're getting closer to the better views, I think. Oh, look at this old tree. That's neat. You have to kind of be careful on this rock because if it gets dirt or gravel on it, it gets slippery. Another pretty view. Somebody's out there fishing already.
Listening to Rolling Stones and rolling in the deep. La la la, la la la, la la la. Drove out to Malibu, got lost along the way. Wound up in Mexico and thought we'd never stay. Cold drinks and hot beaches, we danced the night away. La la la, la la la, la la.
Boy, look at this. It's like almost a clear blue sky right now, but they're expecting rain sometime today. Wow. This is an amazing view right here. I don't think we're too far away from that dam, but we do kind of have to walk up around. We'll be going over the top of that big rock formation there. Just beautiful. All right, let's get back on the trail. I don't have a ton of time to kill because I got to get back on the road. It's an easy trail, but you do have to watch your steps because you can see it's rocky. Might be pretty easy to twist an ankle.
Sweet Arizona, sweet Arizona. Her hair was fire red like red rocks in the sun. Her eyes were stained glass like blue under the glacier runs. Nowhere we're going, still don't know where she came from. La la la, la la la, la la la. Singing, take me home tonight. I need you in my arms to wake up and feel alive. Sweet Arizona, yeah, I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough, no, I just can't get enough of you. Sweet Arizona. Sweet Arizona.
Right there's a little stunted oak, looks like, growing out of the top of that rock. Looks like a little bonsai tree.
Arizona, take me home tonight. I need you in my arms to wake up and feel alive.
I wonder if that's some sort of monitoring station out there in the middle of that. The lake there looks like some solar panels. If you know what that is, let me know. I'd be interested to find out. But there's a picture of the dam. We can get closer than that. The trail goes over there, so it's not too bad. But if you notice, from yesterday evening, how the sun was hitting these rocks. It's just not as picturesque looking the direction that you need to look to get a good light on those rocks. But still, it's just coming over the peak of that and it's hitting those plants. So that's really pretty. Let's see if I can get a picture out of this somehow. Wow, and there's a bench right there. So you can sit down and enjoy this view. Wow. But I'd imagine sitting here for sunset. Yeah, that would be really nice. All right, let's get over to that dam. Warmed up. It was chilly this morning. Had to put my sweatshirt on. Ooh. Oh, let's see here. A lot of stair climbing today. Ooh. Oh, I took the hard way. There's an easier trail right there. Yeah, but I got the more scenic version. But it was chilly last night. And I ended up having to actually sleep inside my sleeping bag. Ooh. Trying to plot my route. They have these little white dots here. You can kind of see them. I think that kind of marks your trail. And there's another one up here. There's some rebar drilled into the rocks there. I wonder what that was. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of ways from the shoreline for a minute. Seems like I've been going uphill this whole time. The bright side of that is that it'll feel like downhill most of the time on the way back. This path goes right in between this oak. Look at the patterns in this rock. Little veins of coloration. And it all kind of comes together at one point right there. Look at that. You can see these formations go for a long ways. I went a little too far. But you can see the trail goes way back there. But the dam is right over here, so I need to kind of go up in that direction to get a good view of the dam. I thought I saw a trail that went up there, but that's about as far as I'm going to go here. Well, that's a beautiful view. Well, have a second. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to reach down, click that like button, subscribe if you haven't, because that does help. Helps the channel grow, puts a little bit of gas in my tank so I can get out and do this kind of stuff. I enjoy it. I hope you do too. This is like one of those never-ending traps. It's just the best view is just over that next rock. Just past that next rock is the best view. But that might be a pretty neat picture there. You can see the backside of the dam, some of the lake. Well, I'm going to try and get up to the top of this little boulder here, see what that can get us. Enjoy the view for a minute. It's a little bit tough to go there. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the view I was wanting. Oh, before I forget, you can kind of see down at the bottom, there's the creek where the water comes out, and the trail, you can see a trail going. It follows that canyon through there. It looks like somebody's house is what that was over there. Wow, you can see most of the lake from here. Yeah, it's beautiful. And you can kind of see the clouds building up over there coming our way. Well, that's kind of neat. You can see the rocks down below the water line there, right at the shoreline. I'm gonna start heading back to the truck now. Got some miles, gotta get in. It's kind of hard to leave something this pretty. But gotta do it. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of hightail it back. If something interesting catches my eye, I'll show it to you, but otherwise I'm just gonna kind of real quick get back to the truck. So we'll see you back then, or back we'll see you back there. All right, well, we are back at the trailhead. Just a short little walk up that road, get to the truck, and we are on the road again. What a beautiful place. And that goose is still up top of that rock. He's got a penthouse view up there, doesn't he? All right, let's get out of here. I did a little bit of investigation to see what this was all about, and it's what they call the 2025 Arizona Summer Shootout. It's about, there was quite a few people, it looked like, and brisket, that sounds good. But it's like a 3-day event, the 2nd through the 5th. And yeah, those guys you saw in the video, crawling around on those rocks with those remote controlled cars. That takes a lot of, looks like from what I saw in the video, it looks like it takes some patience. You gotta plan out your path. Didn't look too easy. All right, well, we are headed to the big town of Seligman, Arizona. This is my second time going up for the Route 66 fun run. Next year, I'm gonna have to make some time to get up there again because it's gonna be kind of special. They have, it's gonna be the 100-year anniversary. So I think they have quite a bit of stuff planned. 100 years, man. All right, well, looks like we've got about an hour and a half. I'm gonna have to stop somewhere and get some gas. So yeah, probably about an hour and a half to get up there. Well, this is pretty. It's kind of like an extension to Watson Lake, with all these big sandstone formations. This is a pretty drive through here. You can kind of see the rain that they're thinking about. Clouds are starting to build up a little bit, so hopefully it'll hold off and we'll have good weather while we're up there. I think it doesn't really kick off until about noon, and that's about 3 hours probably. So we're gonna have some time. It's kind of nice to get there before it gets really, really busy, because you can get into places, less people to to kind of maneuver around. Man, these boulders go way back here. Little mobile home park, looks like. Well, we're headed east on Interstate 40, but we'll get off here on Crookton Road. This will take us over to the old Route 66. You can get closer to town, probably a little bit faster if you're going to take I-40. But what's the fun in that? Get some of the feel of driving around on the old 66. The Mother Road. Big old white puffy clouds working their way in. There's somebody getting their souvenir pictures with the Route 66 sign. Well, it just seems to go on forever, this road. I like also reading these Burma shave signs. It's another good reason to come down here. Looks like there's probably a lot of ranching out here. I see a lot of little side roads with gates on it, so I'd imagine ranching's a pretty big thing out here. A lot of wide open land to graze.
Wide open roads and a sky full of stars, living our dreams while we travel afar. The world keeps calling, we can't stay still. Wandering souls with a restless will. Stopped in a ghost town, not a soul in sight. Rusty old signs in the pale daylight. Echoes of the past in the creak of the door, telling the tales of those here before. Wide open roads and a sky full of stars, living our dreams as we travel afar. The world keeps calling, we can't stay still. Wandering souls with a restless will. Camping out by a fire under endless skies. Fiddle tunes play as the moon starts to rise. Dreams as big as the mountains far away. Tomorrow's a promise of another day. Morning comes with the first golden rays, packing up gear, hitting highways. Every mile we drive, there's a story to tell. Freedom's a song, and we know it well.
All right, we're just about there. You can see Seligman off in the distance. It's gonna be fun. It's kind of nice. I hope these clouds kind of stay like this. Last year, oh, there's some nice truck, nice car. Last year it was it was sunny, and this high altitude, it got kind of hot. So if it stays like this would be great. This is a pretty good view. I mean, that's all of Seligman. That's basically everything there is. It is a really small town. A little corral, probably a church with a green roof down there. And then you just have wide open grazeland. And that's headed east, and off in the distance, that's going to be home for the night. And now you can see Interstate 40 just about a mile to the south of Seligman. And this is the main drag of Seligman. That's where all the cars will line up on the side of the road, and all the motels are on the right side of the road, and all the businesses are on the left. We'll just take a quick drive through town, make a straight shot, look at some of the goings on, and I'll park on the other side of the road, on the west side. There are some cars already out. Wow. You know, this town, even though it's smaller than Kingman, and the show is probably a little bit smaller here, I think it's more authentic. It has a more authentic feel when it's in a small town like this. And I enjoyed Kingman last year, but to me, the small towns like Ash Fork or here, you have that more Route 66 old-time feel. Seabee Motel. Well, I think I'll just get up ahead of these vehicles and get parked. I'm kind of excited to get out and walk around a little bit and check out some of these old and new cars. All right, I am ready to check this show out. What a big difference from last year. Well, let's walk down here first. Last year it was sunny and warm. Today, good chance of rain. They were right. Look at this mirror, boy. This old motel, auto court, probably is what they would have called it. Seabee Motor vacancy. It still has the neon signs, probably. We'll walk up this side, and then we'll walk around. I'm really liking these motels. It's not full yet. There will be more cars out here. We'll have to see if my sticker's still on that VW van from last year. I've got more stickers. 37 Ford. Look at this guy. That is pretty. Somebody's barbecuing over on that side of the street. Morning, how are you?
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you today?
Great.
Good.
It'll be a good day.
I will. It's gonna be a good day. These things are so clean outside and inside. Wow, look how small this thing is. Carpavium. Porsche 356. Wow. Next to this one, see if I can get them together. So you have your Porsche next to your Riviera. You could fit two of those Porsches on top of that.
With that jacket on, they should be able to see you. Yeah.
See, last year they had some, in these cars they had something inside of it. I wanted to see if they did it again this year. Wow, that is nice. Route 66 bike. Garage gang. Look at how clean these things are. Wow, look at that. There it is. The old Tommy gun. Wow. A lot of these guys drive in on these. We saw that coming in on the road. There's another garage gang car, so it must be a club. Wow. Beautiful. Talking to the gentleman who owns this, and that little red dot, that's a reflector for a blinker. You can see the little orange blinker light down at the bottom of the bulb, of the headlight, and then it kind of reflects. That's how you get your blinker, all built in one. Looks clean that way. I'm kind of walking at a quicker pace because this might start raining pretty hard, but luckily across the street where all the business is, get under some protection over there. Luckily I'm weather resistant, I guess you could say. Mother Road 66, the Aztec Motel. It's another old motor court from back in the day. What's this old truck? We saw, hey, these were the cars that we saw coming in. They were on the freeway ahead of us and we passed them. Saw these old military vehicles back here. Boy, does that bring back memories. Still looks like it's still painted for Desert Storm. Ooh, here's some old buildings over here. Maybe we'll take a trip down there. Oh, look out, cat. Run. Wow, look at these old buildings. I definitely didn't see these last year. Now we're talking. This is what I like. Looks like we can see inside. Oh, looks like people. I see a tent, a cot. Huh. Well, I would not want to be living in there. I like this right here. That chair in the back, in that window. Yeah, that's kind of a cool picture, I think. It's got the tin on the sides. Oh yeah, this is my type of stuff right here. Oh, this must have been, look at those old cabinets in there. A clothes hamper. Oh, there's even like a baby's bed back there. Some ice chests. And for some reason, there's an old flipper swimming. I think it's private property on the other side because there's more over there. Ah, this would have been so cool. Let me see if I'm able to get in on the other side. Oh, this is the stuff that gets me excited if you can't tell. The siding's coming off. Well, the fence is tore down, and I see where people have walked. What do we got here? FAP. Wow. There's even part of an old toilet back here. Like an old wow. How neat is this? I'm not going inside any of these. Looks like it was an old storage shed of some sort. Look at that broken glass still inside the frame. Like a couple of residences back here. Yeah, this is the inside of that one we looked from the other window. Caught a tent. Oh, I thought that was a baby's bed, but it's a clothes hamper. It's coming down. Boy, what a mess. I kind of want a picture here, but boy, that's going to take some searching. I'll see what I can find. This was great. I love this. Gotta be careful, there's fence everywhere. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get back to the business of looking at some old cars and Route 66 stuff. Alright. Stop sprinkling too, that's nice. And the tumbleweed going across the road. I have to get a picture of that car right there with that tumbleweed in it. Well, I got one off. I was gonna get a second one and a truck ran over my tumbleweed. Lots of tour buses. This is on your way. Busy, it's a busy place. But this tour bus, this is, Seligman is on the way to Williams along Route 66. And from Williams, a lot of people go up to Grand Canyon, so probably what a lot of these tour buses are doing, heading that way. This is a famous barber shop where that line of people to get in is. Well, I don't think we'll get in there and get a picture, but that's the barber shop. Everybody comes to see Angel. It's a big deal. They're doing a group. They're doing a tour, so that's why there's so many people in there. I'll try and come back later, maybe. I don't know.
Come on out.
Okay, thank you. That's a little too crowded for me. Here we go. Like his little bike.
Wipe it down with film film. WD-40 works really well. Yeah. I'm just holding it off until after all.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get back to see if I can get some sort of photo opportunity with Angel. He's a pretty important guy in this community. When Interstate 40 bypassed Seligman, he's one of the main reasons that the Route 66 survived the way it has. So, yeah. Oh, this is nice. I like that little trailer on the back. Yeah. But that is nice. Oh, like he restored it, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Wow, so so that's what it used to look like. We'll take a look in a second. And the truck too, man, did a good job. Look at it now. Excellent job. The Camper Special. And that's the Shasta Disaster. We fixed that up nice too. Wow. I like the wings. A cool touch. Well, see if we can find it. If not, I brought another one. If you see it before I do, let me know. I'm not seeing it. I found it. Been it's kind of wore out a little bit. Sun faded. Still there though. All right. Look at this old trike. And they have it chained down so nobody will steal it. Seligman number 2. All those old dials and gauges. I saw something on the other side, a plaque or something. Attention, do not climb. Starting to sprinkle again. Ooh, it's thunder too. Look at that setup. All right, here we go. Warsaw 5,887. Berlin 6,100. Melbourne 8,235. Yeah, I can see a rain cloud coming. Look at that. Gonna head back to the truck real quick. There's one more place here I want to check out. There's not that many cars right now, is there? But the ones that are here are really, really nice.
The guy who made it to me, it made sense. His dad opened an appliance shop in 1932.
That old Coke cooler. Ice cold.
And then that's how I ended up with it. I would,
That's kind of neat. The old top pop cap remover up there. All right, well the wind's picking up too. I think we're gonna get a storm. I really do like that Seabee motor or Seabee motel sign. Let's see if I can't get a picture of that somehow with the storm clouds behind it. Just about got ran over. Right there, something like that. That is cool. Hey, who's that right there? Russ, RV or TV riding in there. Wow, you can kind of see this old building. I thought it was masonry at first. the way they have it lined, but it's concrete or stucco. Wow, that is deceiving. Got sandstone brick inside, filler. And they have stucco on the outside. That's cool. Wow. That was a big mural at first. What does that say? Store? Riley's store? Something like that. GMA Seligman Sundries. Open 7 days till 6 p.m. All right, let's go check this. Oh, it's open this time. Used to be a post office. It's somebody's garage now. Huh. It's like a shop in there. Some businesses or something in here. Houses. See a doorbell. Wow, that is neat. And this, oh, there's a Seligman. There's a laundromat in there. It's all part of the same business. Open 7 days a week. Seligman. Like that old car. Down here a little ways, we'll have to walk down there. There's pretty old buildings, pretty cool story to them. Just right there. Seligman grocery store. We'll go in there in a minute. But there's this old house right here, the U.S. Marshal. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you? All right. Commodore Perry Owens. Died May 10th, 1919. In 1887. Okay, in 1887, in the sleepy little town of Holbrook, Sheriff Owens, while serving a warrant, shot and killed the notorious rustlers and outlaws, the Blevins brothers. Commodore Perry Owens. And this was his house. How cool is that? And this is the location of the Owens Saloon. So he lived right next to his saloon. Oh man. This is probably a pretty good place to see all the cars. Oh, look at that rat right there. That's nice. Wow. It's American muscle. All right, next year I know to come over here while they register. Oh, there's even bigger parking lot over here. That one's pretty, huh? got a parachute on there. So, if you're ever in Seligman during the fun run, a good place to come is over by the church. I think they said it was a Catholic church, and it's just behind the Black Cat, and it's right next to Commodore Perry's old house. So that's a good place to come if you want to check out some of the old cars as they're coming in to register, and new cars. All right, I'm going to head down to the main drag here. Hey, check this out inside. Wow. This is quiet. That one is quiet. All right, well, just a second. We're gonna go see if we can't get in to that barbershop again, and maybe see if we can meet Angel. There's still some people in there, but oh.
Your hairdo is beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. Cheese, 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 cheese.
This is cool.
Cheese. We
All
did
right,
it.
well, thank you. That was cool.
I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Okay, coronavirus.
Oh yeah. Okay, just take
Wow, how cool was that? Finally got a picture with Angel. Wasn't able to do that last year. And the guy who took the video for me, that's Sonny. He owns the rat rod that we saw Russ riding in. Sometimes Russ with RV or TV will sponsor that car in some shows like this. So that was neat. Well, this is a neat little shop here. Look at all these old signs. Some old wood. Oh, look at that old toy. Tonka fire truck. I was just meeting with the owner. Met him. He has a YouTube channel, and I met him at a YouTube convention in Phoenix. So I thought I'd stop by, check out his store here in Seligman. And it's sunny again. Look at this.
Yes, next year we're celebrating 100th anniversary of historic Route 66, and we feel here in Seligman, Arizona, it is our responsibility to throw the party of the century. So next year, April 30th, 2026, will be the 100th anniversary of Route 66 party in Seligman, Arizona.
First of all, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you people here. So I want to make this presentation to Nancy. The sale of birdhouses, the first $20,000 I donated for this project that we, the people of Seligman, want to put up at the west end of town and the east end of town.
Alex chose car number 32, Sonny Cruz. He drives a 1936 Oldsmobile. Sonny, where are you? All right, congratulations, Sonny.
Whoa, slow down.
That's 100 feet.
All right, well, I think on that note, I'm gonna head back to the truck, and yeah, I'm gonna stay at the KOA, so I gotta get down there, get checked in, and I'm getting hungry. I had a hamburger down at the snow cap, but that was earlier today, so I'm getting really hungry and have to get something, find some place to eat, hopefully down there by the KOA. Well, I gotta say, that was a blast. I was there longer this year than I was last year. I'm glad I stayed, or I was able to get a spot down here to sleep. It's I wasn't that way. I'm not so rushed. I stick around. It was kind of fun just watching the locals spray the streets with the water, so you can get some nice burnouts. Main Street, that kind of added to. I wasn't here for that last year. One thing they didn't have this year, though, was the loudest car contest. So, but anyways, this is yeah, right up here is the KOA. Hopefully the check-in goes nice and smooth. Get something to eat. Get some good night's rest, because tomorrow I'm going to be heading down through Yarnell Hill. I'm going to go through Prescott again, then through Yarnell Hill, and there's a memorial I want to stop and see on my way down the hill. After all that rain, it's starting to clear up a little bit, so shouldn't be bothered by any rain tonight. So that'll be nice. And there's nobody in line to check out. I did just get a tent spot. So usually those aren't usually full if you try and stop someplace. Alright, well, that was lucky. I got there right as he was closing the door. And you could probably see on the door there were some envelopes. He had my stuff all ready to go. So he just said we're on the other side. There's our cabins over there. But we're on the other side along that back road there. No water in the pool. Probably still a little too cold to have water in there. Nobody would use it still. There's some tent sites. And I'm looking for spot number 2. Let's see. And there it is. Here's home for the night. And there's a pizza joint just down the road. I'm going to grab something to eat down there too. All right, well, I did not have a good night's rest. I'm working on about 3 hours of broken sleep. Just so happens the side The side of the campground I was on is about 100 yards from the railroad tracks, and every 15 minutes a train going east and west, and it's not just a noise, but it's like a low rumbling that just kept waking me up. So I figured, it's like 12:30 12:30 in the morning, might as well get up, head down to where I was gonna go, get there early. Maybe there'll be a nice sunrise. So my advice is, if you're gonna stay at this KOA in Seligman, just be prepared for that. It probably isn't as bad if you're in a travel trailer, something like that. But and there are tents right next to that track too. I couldn't imagine that. But anyways, it is what it is. Look for silver lining. Maybe I'll be able to get down there, find some place alongside the road, catch a couple minutes of sleep, and like I said, maybe there will be a nice sunrise. But anyways, we're gonna get a little bit of a head start. Well, as I was passing through Prescott, I just happened to be passing by the courthouse, right just like downtown, and I thought I'd be by myself because I like taking night pictures. And if you haven't been there, the Prescott County Courthouse, it's a really nice building and it's surrounded by trees. But I thought I'd be by myself, but nope, I wasn't. There was a guy that he just kept doing circles around the courthouse. He was keeping to himself, wasn't bothering me each time he passed. But I wanted to get my tripod out and take my time getting some pictures. But then there were also some people, I guess the bars had just closed, and they're walking around this is a neighborhood making quite a bit of noise. So I didn't want to press my luck. But the one thing about this camera is, this new camera I got, it does take really nice pictures handheld. The stabilization is just amazing. So I was able to get this picture handheld, which a 15th of a second. That's just amazing, taking it all in one shot. Really happy with it. So this is Yarnell. It was a gold mining town, and back in 1873, Harrison Yarnell discovered a gold mine out here. And so the town was named after him, the Yarnell Mine. And in the 1940s, it wasn't profitable anymore to keep it open. So he closed it down. It's a small little town. And just after you pass through it, there's a road that takes you down this hill, and you get a really good view of the valley down below. Congress is down there, and eventually you can get to Wickenburg. But unfortunately, this town recently is known for in 2013 there was a wildfire that swept through these hills, and there was a hotshot crew that was sent in to fight these fires, and it turned tragic. 19 of them lost their lives trying to fight this fire. So the state decided to put up a memorial, and it's a state park, but it's right on the side of the hill as you're going down. So I've never been there before. I really have wanted to stop by this, but it's not too often that I'm this part of the state. So I figured while I'm just traveling through, might as well take a couple minutes and do something I've wanted to do for a while.
Wide open desert under endless blues, red rocks climbing sunlit hues, scent of sage in the desert air, seems too long when I'm not there. Towering friends. Sun kisses land where trail will bend. Back in the warmth of a fiery glow, Arizona is my home. This is where my heart belongs. In Arizona, singing songs. Feel the spirit in the sand. I'm back in my homeland. From the Grand Canyon to Sedona's light, cactus shadows in the twilight. Morning breaks with a rosy dawn. Feels so good to be back home. Echoes of memories in the wind, painted deserts like a dream. Footsteps in the red dirt road. Now I'm home, never feeling alone. This is where my heart belongs. In Arizona, singing songs. Feel the spirit in the sand. I'm back in my homeland.
All right, just up here is a lookout. Yeah, here it is, right up here. We'll get a good view of the area below, so you can see what I mean about this beautiful view of the valley. I think the wind is starting to pick up too. I can feel the truck kind of rocking, so it's really windy. This is actually a pretty big lookout. Wow, just look at that. Look how beautiful of a view you have here. All right. Boy, it is really windy, so I'm gonna have my back to the wind. It's a pretty view from up here. When I lived in Quartzsite and I was going to college in Prescott, I'd drive this every weekend. Off in the distance, you can kind of see that's the Granite Mountain Memorial for the firefighters who died putting out a forest fire out here. Used to be able to go down some steps here, it looks like. They closed it off. You can also see up there in the hill some stairs going down out to this little rock outcrop, it looks like. Ooh. Well, I think we'll go down the road a little bit. I think we'll go down the road a little bit and see what that memorial's all about. It says it's a state park, so I don't know. Yeah, I've never been there before. All right, just wanted to stop, stretch my legs, wake up a little bit, and show you guys the view, Yarnell Hill. Go down into Congress, and then over into, I think that's like Wickenburg over there. And that's the direction of Wickenburg. Then farther off is Aguila, Wendon, Siloam, that direction. All right, now I got to get out of this wind. Let's hit the road. Well, while I was sitting here warming up for just a second out of that wind, I looked up some information on the park, and it looks like in the peak season, probably in the winter, because it does get hot here in the summer. But in the peak season, they have a shuttle, it looks like, that goes from Yarnell and drops you off because of the limited parking. So it opened in 2016, and that first year looked like they had about 18,000 visitors. And I don't know, probably average is around 15,000 a year now. And you got to consider that's condensed. They probably do get some summer travelers, but it's like a 3.5 mile hike, 6 or 7 miles total if you want to go all the way to the recovery site. But yeah, also that's going to be condensed into the winter months, so probably 4 or 5 months that you can hike. This is going to be interesting. So I thought that was kind of cool that they had a shuttle, because I do know if it's as busy as that, there's not a lot of parking, and you're not allowed to park along the road here. So yeah, parking would be limited. Let's see. Oh well, there's like a park ranger doing some work, and there's 2 other vehicles. So yeah, look at this. There's like what, 8-10 spots here. Not a lot of parking. Oh, that's cool. Little stairs going up to the trailhead too. Well, this one's gonna be kind of a somber little stop. Memorial State Park. Arizona State Parks and Trails. Let's go see some storyboards. To be rather than to seem to be. The 19 Granite Mountain Hotshots were lost from a team within the Prescott Fire Department whose mission was to fight wildfires. Yeah, I remember when this happened. Look at the size of that juniper. Wow. These guys hanging upside down. And here's a story, or a timeline. June 28th, lightning ignites the Yarnell Hill fire. (8:10) Granite Mountain Hotshots crew assigned. Crew hikes to fire's edge and assess the situation. Crew lookout posted. Crew relays weather and fire shift. Lookout positions compromised. Leaves positions to retrieve hotshot vehicles. 422, trigger points breached. Firefighters pull out of Yarnell. Crew attempts to contact air attack. At 4:30, drastic increase in rates of spread and extreme winds reach crew. At 4:41, crew's last communication, getting in fire shelters. 6:35 p.m. Helicopter medic confirms 19 deceased. Fire declared 100% contained. At 2 a.m., 8,400 acres burned. Whew. It's kind of a tough one to. I don't know. Let's go take a look. There's some more down here. I don't know why, this one's kind of getting to me a little bit. Here's a little memorial wall for firefighting patches, sheriff patches from all over. Special agent. I like this. This is neat. That's a Granite Mountain Hotshot. That is fitting. Eric Shane Marsh. Little memorial for each one of them and their little bit of their story. He was 21 years old. All right. Let's see here, trail information. This is a long trail, and I'm not gonna have time to hike all the way. We'll go up a little ways, but it's about, I was just talking to the park ranger. He said you can get 3.5 hour hike if you go all the way back. To reach the fatality site, 400 feet below, continues on the 1 mile journey trail. So you can kind of see, okay, this is where we're at. And they have memorials. All right, let's see. So the Hotshots Trail is 2.5 miles through the Weaver Mountains, 1,200 foot elevation gain with 5% to 8% grade. Wow. At 600 foot intervals, 19 memorial plaques share the story and photo of each hotshot. All right, let's go up a little ways. This is a state park, but since this is a memorial, there's no fee to get here or to go in here. And when I was talking to the ranger, he was saying it gets really busy here in the summer or in the winter to go hike. So this is 0 mile. Before you continue, have proper footwear, have 2 liters of water, check the local weather, keep dogs on leash, pack out all trash, obey fire restrictions, stay on trail, and know your limits. All right, we're just gonna go up a little ways. So this will give you an idea. He also said that when there's only one other person on the trail right now since it's so early, but he said keep a watch out for snakes, because it's usually the first couple people that wake up the snakes, get them all mad. Well, there's a lot of switchbacks, so it's not too horribly bad right now, but he said there's a lot of people that come out here in the winter months. Hundreds of people come out here and hike this, and this one thing you have to watch out for is see how small the parking is. People they'll park up in that overlook area that we looked at, or that we stopped at, and they'll hike down just to get to the trailhead. What a view. Man, these guys, imagine packing up here with all your fire equipment. Fire, man. We'll just go a little bit farther. Make room for some people that are going to go all the way up. But this gives you a good idea of the terrain. Rocky. There are quite a bit of switchbacks. Make it easier. But I think, okay, let's just go up to maybe this saddle up here. Imagine the snakes would want to be out here. It's chilly at night, so they'll come out onto these rocks. Sunbathe a little bit to warm up, get their metabolism going. Oh, look at that. Just keeps going up and up and up. That's a parking lot down below. Nice quick little stop. Give you a general idea of what you'd be looking at if you wanted to come up here. It's a long hike. Be prepared. Like they say, bring lots of water. Now, he said in the summertime, when it starts getting hot, the trail really dies down. There's not so many people out here. It's really nice. It's sweater weather right now. I'm wearing my hoodie. It's still chilly enough right now. it would be neat to get up to the fatality site. And if you've ever been on this trail and made it up there, I would be very interested to know what it was like up there, your point of view of it. I came up a little bit farther than I thought I did. Yeah, parking lot's starting to get full up now. It's probably around 6:30 or 7, not even then right now. But you can see. With this high altitude, I get a little bit winded going up there, so that just adds to it, to some of the difficulty in the trail. All right, well, that's going to do it. It's been an amazing, fun trip. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. And I gotta sign off. I got a long drive ahead of me to get back home. So anyways, I'm gonna sign off, and just remember, never say goodbye. Always see you later.